Welcome back to the channel. Guys, today is a beautiful day, but honestly, I am so exhausted. I've been staring at these soap spoilers for hours, and my brain is just absolute mush right now. But we have to talk about what's coming up this Friday, August 7th, because things are getting absolutely wild on the bold and the beautiful, and I have a lot of feelings about it. And let me just tell you, if you thought the drama was slowing down, you are so wrong. So wrong. We are heading straight back to Monaco. Yes, Monaco. You guys know how much the writers love sending the Forrester family to Monte Carlo whenever they need a dramatic, beautiful backdrop, and honestly, I get it. It's gorgeous. But this time, it's not just about pretty scenery and fashion shoots. Steffy Forrester Finnegan is touching down in Monaco, and she is feeling so optimistic, like ridiculously optimistic. She thinks she is finally escaping all the corporate chaos back in Los Angeles, all the Logan versus Forrester drama, and most importantly, she thinks she is escaping Sheila Carter. Oh, Steffy, sweet, naive Steffy, how many times do we have to do this? How many times does she have to think she is safe before the writers just pull the rug right out from under her? It's almost comical at this point, but she lands, she's breathing in that fresh Mediterranean air, and she's just waiting for her husband to arrive. Remember back in 2022? When Steffi thought Finn was dead, she was grieving, she was a shell of herself, and she went to Monaco to try and heal. And then, miraculously, Finn appeared. He had survived Sheila's gunshot, he had escaped, and he found her outside that church. It was cinematic. It was one of the best moments the show has ever done. So Monaco is their sacred place. It is their safe haven. Steffi going back there now is her way of trying to recapture that magic. She wants to wash away the stain of the last few months. She wants to forget the corporate wars, and most of all, she wants to forget the fact that Sheila Carter is still breathing the same air as them. Steffi is walking around Monte Carlo, looking at the yachts, feeling the sun on her face, and she actually believes she has won. She believes she has finally drawn a hard line that Finn won't cross. But she is so wrong, because you can never, ever escape Sheila. But Finn isn't there yet, because of course he isn't. Finn is stuck back in LA. He had to call Steffi and apologize because he got held up by a super long surgery. Typical Dr. Finnegan, right? Always saving lives, always putting his patients first. Which is great. He's a good guy, but it just sets up this massive disaster. Finn reassures Steffi on the phone. He tells her, "Don't worry, I am going to hop on the very next commercial flight out of Lax. I will be there before you know it, and we will have a romantic reset." And you guys, they really need this reset. Their marriage has been hanging by a thread because of the whole Sheila situation. Steffi has been so traumatized, and Finn has been so. Well, Finn has been Finn, a little too forgiving. A little too easily manipulated by his birth mother, so this trip is supposed to fix everything. It's supposed to be their magical reunion all over again. But it's not going to be. It's going to be a total nightmare. So here is where it gets really stupid. And I mean that in the most loving way possible, because I love this show, but come on. Finn is rushing around the hospital, trying to wrap up his paperwork, trying to get everything sorted so he can leave. His adoptive mom, Lee Finnegan, decides to be helpful. Lee is like, "Hey, you have a lot on your plate. Let me book your flight for you. Let me just get this sorted online so you can just grab your bags and go." And Finn is thrilled. He happily accepts. So Lee sits down at the computer, she books the commercial flight to Monaco, she gets the itinerary all finalized, and then she just leaves. She just gets up and leaves the laptop open, wide open, with the flight details right there on the screen. I mean, what is happening with hospital security? Don't these computers auto-lock? Don't they have passwords, HIPAA violations, anyone? But no, this is Soapland. Laptops stay open forever just waiting for the villains to walk by. And who walks by? Sheila Carter. Of course it is. Why is she even there? She doesn't work there. She's not a patient. She is just obsessed with forcing her way into Finn's life. She walks into his empty office, probably intending to leave him a creepy note or just smell his lab coat. I don't know. But instead, she hits the jackpot. She sees the laptop. She walks over, and there it is. Passenger, John Finnegan. Destination, Monte Carlo, Monaco. You guys, I can literally see the scene playing out in my head. The camera zooms in on Sheila's face. Her eyes go wide, and then she does that slow, terrifying smirk. The Kimberlin Brown special, she realizes that Steffy and Finn are going to be isolated in a foreign country. Away from Forrester security, away from Ridge, away from everyone who usually protects them. And Sheila's twisted brain immediately goes into overdrive. She thinks, this is my chance. If I can just get them alone, away from the noise, they will have to listen to me. It is pure, unadulterated delusion. Who actually believes this is going to end well? Who crashed a romantic vacation to demand access to a grandson? A psychopath, that's who. So Sheila books a ticket. How? I don't know. Does she have a credit card with no limit? Whatever. She's going. And the spoilers for Friday say that Finn is going to encounter some unexpected turbulence on his flight. Now, let's break this down. Unexpected turbulence could just mean the writers want to give Finn a bumpy ride to build tension. But come on, this is the bold and the beautiful. It's never just weather. What if the turbulence is Sheila? What if she managed to get on the exact same commercial flight? Imagine the sheer horror. Finn is sitting there, maybe he's watching an in-flight movie, maybe he's trying to sleep, and then he feels someone watching him. He turns around, and there is Sheila sitting 3 rows back, just staring at him. Or maybe she's in disguise. We know she loves a good disguise. Remember the prosthetic mask, the red wig? What if she dresses up as a flight attendant? What if she leans over to hand him a bag of peanuts and whispers, "Hello, son"? I would pass out. I would literally pass out. Maybe I'm being too harsh on the writers and it's just a bumpy flight. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Sheila is capable of anything. She could be hiding in the cargo hold for all we know. But the spoilers say Finn might get a shock if he finally realizes her plot. So there is definitely going to be a confrontation. Maybe not at 30,000 feet, but maybe the second he lands at the airport in Nice, he's going to see her, and he's going to realize that his romantic getaway is about to turn into a hostage situation. And Steffy, poor, oblivious Steffy, is just waiting at the church, thinking her life is finally perfect. It gives me anxiety just thinking about it. The sheer audacity of Sheila Carter is something that should be studied in a lab. She literally has no boundaries. None. Zero. She thinks that because she gave birth to Finn, she owns him. She ignores the fact that she shot him. She ignores the fact that she terrorized his wife. She just waves it all away and says, "But I'm your mother." It's infuriating. And the fact that Lee, the woman who actually raised Finn, the woman who saved his life, is the one who accidentally hands Sheila the keys to this Monaco trip? It's poetic in a really twisted, frustrating way. Lee is going to hate herself when she finds out what she did. She is going to be so angry. I wouldn't be surprised if Lee hops on her own flight to Monaco just to beat Sheila up on the beach. Honestly, I would pay to see that. Lee versus Sheila round 2 in Monte Carlo. Make it happen. But we can't just talk about Monaco because the writers are serving up a whole other mess back in Los Angeles. Let's pivot to Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes. You guys, Deacon is out of control. He just got divorced. He just signed the papers to end his marriage to Sheila. He should be taking a breath. He should be going to therapy. He should be focusing on making pizzas at Il Giardino. But no, Deacon doesn't know how to be alone. He has been spending all this private time with Taylor, and the spoilers say he is ready to take their relationship to the next level. He wants to elevate things, and all the rumors, all the chatter online is pointing to one thing, a proposal. Is Deacon really going to ask Taylor to marry him? Already? It's so fast. It's ridiculously fast. He is probably going to look deep into her eyes and give her this whole speech about how life is too short. He's going to say, Taylor, you are the woman I've always wanted. Why wait? Let's just do this. And it sounds sweet, but it is a massive, massive red flag. And honestly, Taylor needs to wake up. The spoilers hint that she might be hesitant. She might be second-guessing his rushed approach. And thank goodness for that, because Taylor is a psychiatrist. She should be able to analyze this behavior. Deacon is a serial rusher. He falls hard, he falls fast, and he makes terrible, impulsive decisions. Look at his history. Brooke, Quinn, Sheila. The man is a walking disaster zone when it comes to commitment. He married Sheila because he was obsessed, and the minute the ring was on her finger, he started looking for an exit strategy. What makes Taylor think she is any different? If she says yes, she is basically signing up to be his next temporary obsession. But it's not just about Deacon's track record. It's about Steffy. Oh my gosh, Steffy. Can you imagine the fallout? Steffy already hates that her mother is dating Deacon. Deacon is the guy who hid Sheila, the woman who shot Steffy and Finn in an alley and left them for dead. Steffy has barely tolerated this romance. If Taylor calls her in Monaco and says, hey honey, guess what? I'm engaged to Deacon, Steffy is going to stroke out. She will absolutely sever ties with her mother. Taylor has to know this. She has to know that choosing Deacon means potentially losing her daughter forever. She is playing a very, very dangerous game. I just don't understand what the writers are thinking sometimes. Do they hate Taylor? Because it feels like they hate Taylor. They bring her back, they give her this new face, this new energy, and then they pair her with Deacon. And now they might rush them into an engagement. It's like they want her to suffer. And the fans on social media are already losing it. My timeline is just full of people screaming about how stupid this is. Why is Taylor settling for Sheila's leftovers? That's the tweet I keep seeing over and over again. And they aren't wrong. Taylor Hayes is a world-renowned psychiatrist. She is gorgeous. She is smart. She could have any man she wants. Why is she settling for a guy who lives in an apartment above a restaurant and just got divorced from a psychopath? Make it make sense. But then again, this is the same show that had Ridge bounce between Brooke and Taylor for 3 decades, so maybe Taylor is just tired. Maybe she just wants a guy who looks at her and only her, even if that guy is Deacon Sharp. And this is where the two storylines are going to violently collide. Let's look at the bigger pattern here. Sheila is currently obsessed with Finn and Steffy. She is flying to Monaco to harass them. But what happens when she fails? Because she will fail. Steffy is not going to let her in. Finn is hopefully going to stand his ground. So Sheila is going to come crawling back to Los Angeles, defeated and angry. And what is she going to find when she gets back? She is going to find her ex-husband, the man she actually loved, engaged to her enemy. She is going to see Deacon and Taylor playing house. That is going to be the spark that blows the whole powder keg. An engagement between Deacon and Taylor could push Sheila right over the edge. It will ignite a brand new, terrifying obsession. Sheila will see Taylor as the woman who stole her life. She will want revenge. So Taylor isn't just risking her relationship with Steffy. She is risking her actual life. She is putting a target on her own back. I'm honestly just exhausted thinking about how this is all going to play out. Are Steffi and Finn going to get their vow renewal in that beautiful Monaco church? Or is Sheila going to crash through the stained glass windows? Okay, maybe not the windows, but you know she's going to ruin it. And what about the rest of the canvas? There is so much happening, but Friday is going to be all about the Monaco madness and the Deacon Taylor romance. I just hope Steffi has her guard up. I hope Finn realizes what's happening before the plane lands. And I really, really hope Taylor says no to Deacon, at least for now. But knowing this show, everyone is going to make the worst possible decisions, and we are just going to have to sit here and watch the fallout. It's messy, it's chaotic, it's everything we love and hate about daytime television. We have Steffi glowing with hope in Monaco, completely unaware of the storm that is coming. We have Finn trapped in a metal tube in the sky, facing unexpected turbulence and a potential Sheila encounter. We have Lee making the dumbest mistake of her life. We have Deacon moving at the speed of light to lock down Taylor. And we have Taylor standing on the edge of a cliff, about to make a decision that could destroy her relationship with her daughter and put her right in the crosshairs of a homicidal maniac. It is so much. I need a nap. I need a drink. I need the writers to give Steffi a break for just 5 minutes. But we know that's not going to happen. So buckle up, you guys. The drama is just getting started, and I will be right here, probably pulling my hair out, ready to recap it all for you next week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is Sheila on the plane? Is Deacon moving too fast? Am I just losing my mind? Probably all of the above. Until next time, stay bold and beautiful, everyone.